I died for 4 minutes. At least that's what the doctors told me. 4 minutes where my heart stopped beating, where the monitors went flat, where the world I knew went silent. But what I experienced in those 4 minutes changed everything about how I see life, aging, health, and the incredible gift of waking up each morning. I remember the moment before it happened. I was tired, the kind of tired that seeps into your bones when you've ignored your body for too long. Years of stress, poor eating habits, skip walks, and telling myself, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow kept moving further away, until there was no tomorrow, just darkness. And then something unexpected happened. There was a stillness, not fear, not pain, just a deep, overwhelming awareness. It felt like I was looking at my life from above, not in judgment, but in clarity. I saw the small choices I made every single day, the extra sugar in my tea, the evenings spent sitting instead of stretching, the angry thoughts I carried for years, the love I postponed expressing, the walks I promised myself I would take when I felt better, the laughter I held back because I was too busy. In that space, I didn't see my bank account. I didn't see my social status. I saw my habits. I saw how my body had tried to whisper to me long before it had to scream. I saw how every meal, every step, every thought was either building me or breaking me. And the truth was simple life is built in small daily choices. When my heart started again, when air rushed back into my lungs, it felt like being given a second birth, a second chance. And I made a promise right there on that hospital bed. If I get another chance to live, I will live differently. Not dramatically, not perfectly, but intentionally. For anyone watching this, especially if you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or beyond, listen to me carefully. It is not too late. Your body is not your enemy, it is your partner. And it responds to care at any age. After I recovered, I didn't run a marathon. I didn't join an extreme fitness program. I started with a 5-minute walk. 5 minutes. That's it. The first day felt harder than it should have. My legs were stiff. My breathing was shallow. But I kept going. The next day, I did 6 minutes. Then 7. Within weeks, I was walking 20 minutes each morning, feeling the sunlight on my face, feeling my heart beat stronger, not because it had to fight to survive, but because it was alive. Light exercise is not about punishment, it's about gratitude. A gentle walk, some stretching, slow yoga, simple strength exercises using your own body weight. These are powerful medicines. They improve circulation, protect your joints, strengthen your heart, and most importantly, remind you that you are still capable. Food became different for me too. Before, I ate for comfort or convenience. After those 4 minutes, I started eating for nourishment. I added more vegetables to my plate, fresh fruits, whole grains, lentils, nuts. I reduced processed foods, excess sugar, and heavy late-night meals. I didn't starve myself. I didn't follow extreme diets. I simply asked one question before every meal. Will this help me live stronger or weaker? You don't need perfection. You need consistency. A balanced diet supports your energy, protects your heart, stabilizes your blood sugar, and keeps your mind sharp. Especially as we grow older, our bodies need quality over quantity. Smaller portions, more natural foods, plenty of water, and mindful eating, chewing slowly, appreciating each bite. But the biggest transformation wasn't physical. It was mental. In those 4 minutes, I realized how heavy my thoughts had become. Worry, regret, bitterness, stress. These are invisible weights that age us faster than time ever could. A negative mindset tightens your chest, raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system. A positive mindset does the opposite. It relaxes your body. It strengthens your resilience. It gives you purpose. I began practicing gratitude every morning. before checking my phone, before worrying about the day. I would sit quietly and name 3 things I was thankful for. Sometimes it was as simple as clean water, a roof over my head, a call from a friend. This small habit changed my emotional health more than I ever expected. I also learned to forgive others and myself. Carrying resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing your own heart, and a free heart beats stronger. Sleep became sacred to me. Instead of staying up late with meaningless distractions, I created a simple nighttime routine. I dimmed the lights, avoided heavy meals late at night, put away screens an hour before bed. Quality sleep repairs your body, balances hormones, strengthens memory, and supports emotional stability. For older adults especially, good sleep is not a luxury. It is essential medicine. Connection became more important too. Loneliness is dangerous. It affects health as much as smoking or poor diet. I started calling old friends, spending more time with family, smiling at neighbors during my walks. Human connection nourishes the soul in ways nothing else can. And perhaps the most powerful change of all was this: I stopped postponing joy. I stopped saying, I'll enjoy life when I retire, when I lose weight, when I earn more, when things calm down. Life is happening now, not later. Those 4 minutes showed me something profound. We often live as if we have unlimited time, but time is the most fragile gift we have. The good news is that we don't need dramatic near-death experiences to wake up. We can choose to wake up today. If you are older and feel it's too late to change, I am standing here as proof that it is not. Your body can regain strength, your mind can rediscover peace, your heart can become healthier. Start small, a short walk, one healthier meal, one positive thought replacing a negative one. Drink more water, stretch in the morning, laugh more, worry less. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be persistent. Every day you wake up is a gift that many never received. Treat it like one. Move your body gently. Feed it wisely. Rest it properly. Fill your mind with hope instead of fear. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Let go of what drains you. Life is built on small daily choices, not dramatic moments. Most people believe transformation comes from one big decision, one powerful breakthrough, or one life-changing event. But the truth is much simpler and much more powerful than that. Your health, your strength, your happiness, and even your longevity are shaped by what you do quietly, consistently, every single day. The extra spoon of sugar, the decision to sit instead of walk, the choice to sleep late or rest properly, the thoughts you repeat in your mind. These seem small in the moment, almost invisible, yet over months and years, they compound into the reality you live in. When I look back at my life, I realize nothing suddenly went wrong. My body didn't collapse overnight. It was the result of tiny, neglected habits stacking up. Skipped walks turned into years without movement. Occasional unhealthy meals became routine eating patterns. Stressful thoughts repeated daily became a permanent state of tension in my body. Each small choice felt harmless at the time, but small choices repeated often become powerful forces. They either build you quietly or break you silently. Think about this: a 10-minute walk may not feel life-changing today. Choosing water over soda once doesn't seem dramatic. Going to bed 30 minutes earlier feels insignificant. But when you repeat these small positive actions daily, they create momentum. Your heart grows stronger. Your joints stay flexible. Your blood sugar stabilizes. Your mind becomes clearer. Energy increases gradually, almost unnoticed, until one day you realize you feel better than you have in years. That improvement didn't come from one heroic effort. It came from consistency. The same principle works in the opposite direction. A small unhealthy habit rarely causes immediate damage. That is why it's dangerous. The body is patient, it adapts, it compensates. But over time the cost accumulates. Extra weight slowly strains the heart. Lack of movement stiffens the muscles. Chronic stress raises blood pressure. Negative thinking drains motivation. The damage is subtle until one day it becomes undeniable, and then we call it sudden, even though it was years in the making. This is empowering because it means you don't need extreme changes to transform your life. You don't need intense workouts or strict diets that last only a week. You need manageable improvements you can repeat tomorrow and the day after that. Progress is not about intensity. It is about repetition. A healthy life is not built in a hospital room or a New Year's resolution. It is built in kitchens, bedrooms, sidewalks, and quiet morning moments when no one is watching. Every day you are casting votes for the person you are becoming. When you choose nourishing food, you vote for strength. When you move your body, you vote for mobility. When you practice gratitude instead of complaint, you vote for peace. When you forgive instead of hold resentment, you vote for emotional freedom. These votes accumulate. Eventually, they define your identity. If you want a stronger body, focus on stronger daily habits. If you want a peaceful mind, focus on peaceful daily thoughts. If you want a longer, healthier life, protect it in small, ordinary moments. The future is not created in one grand decision. It is shaped quietly in the everyday choices you make when no one applauds you, when no one notices, and when the only person responsible for your well-being is you. Your body whispers before it screams, and most of us ignore the whispers because they are inconvenient. A little fatigue feels normal. Mild chest tightness is brushed off as stress. Occasional dizziness is blamed on lack of sleep. Joint stiffness is called just aging. We silence these signals with painkillers, caffeine, distractions, and excuses. But the body is intelligent. It constantly communicates. The problem is not that it fails to warn us. The problem is that we fail to listen. Long before a major health crisis happens, the body sends subtle messages. Low energy is not just tiredness. It can be a sign that your nutrition needs improvement or your sleep is inadequate. Frequent headaches may reflect dehydration, tension, or unmanaged stress. Shortness of breath during simple activities might indicate declining cardiovascular fitness. Digestive discomfort can signal poor food choices or eating habits. These are not random inconveniences. They are feedback. The body operates on balance. When you nourish it properly, move it regularly, hydrate it sufficiently, and allow it to rest, it functions smoothly. But when that balance is disturbed repeatedly, it begins to compensate. Compensation is silent at first. The heart works slightly harder. Blood sugar fluctuates more than it should. Muscles tighten to protect weak areas. Hormones shift under chronic stress. You may not feel the consequences immediately because the body is remarkably resilient. It adjusts quietly to protect you. However, resilience has limits. If the whispers continue to be ignored, they grow louder. Fatigue becomes exhaustion. Mild discomfort becomes persistent pain. Manageable stress becomes chronic anxiety. Elevated blood pressure becomes hypertension. The scream of a medical emergency often begins as a whisper that was dismissed months or even years earlier. What we label as sudden is often the result of long-term neglect. Listening to your body requires awareness and honesty. It means paying attention to patterns rather than isolated incidents. Are you consistently low on energy? Are you sleeping poorly night after night? Do you feel tightness in your chest during emotional stress? Does your mood shift dramatically based on what you eat? These patterns matter. They are early warning systems designed to protect you. For older adults especially, these whispers become even more important. Aging does not mean inevitable decline. It means your body requires more intentional care. Recovery may take longer. Nutritional needs may change. Muscle mass naturally decreases without strength training. Bone density can weaken without proper movement and minerals. Ignoring early signs because you assume they are just age can lead to preventable complications. Respecting your body's whispers does not mean living in fear. It means living in partnership with yourself. When you feel tired, rest instead of pushing endlessly. When your joints feel stiff, stretch gently rather than becoming sedentary. When stress builds, practice deep breathing, prayer, meditation, or quiet reflection. When something feels unusual or persistent, seek medical advice early rather than waiting for it to worsen. Prevention is always easier than recovery. Small adjustments made early can prevent major interventions later. A healthier diet can stabilize blood pressure before medication becomes necessary. Light daily exercise can strengthen the heart before serious complications develop. Managing stress can protect your immune system before illness takes hold. Your body is not your enemy. It is not trying to limit you. It is trying to guide you. The whispers are acts of protection, not punishment. When you learn to listen carefully, respond kindly, and adjust consistently, you transform your relationship with your health. You stop fighting symptoms and start understanding signals. And in that understanding, you create the opportunity to heal, strengthen, and protect your life. Before the whisper ever has to become a skria, it's never too late to start again. No matter how many years have passed or how many mistakes you believe you've made. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves, especially as they grow older, is that change belongs to the young. They look at their age and see limitation instead of possibility. They think the damage is already done, that the habits are too deeply rooted, that the body is too tired, that the opportunity has passed. But the truth is powerful and freeing. As long as you are breathing, you have the ability to begin again. The human body is incredibly adaptable. Even in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, your muscles can grow stronger with gentle resistance training. Your heart can become more efficient with regular walking. Your blood pressure can improve with better nutrition. Your balance can sharpen with simple daily movement. Your brain can form new connections when you learn new skills or challenge your thinking. Improvement may not happen overnight, but progress is always possible with consistency. What often holds people back is not physical limitation, but mental resistance. Regret whispers that you should have started earlier. Pride tells you it's embarrassing to begin small. Fear says you might fail again, but starting again does not require perfection. It requires humility and courage. It requires accepting where you are without judging yourself for how you got there. When you decide to begin again, you don't need a dramatic transformation. You need a simple first step, a short walk around your home, a healthier breakfast choice, drinking one extra glass of water, going to bed slightly earlier, replacing one negative thought with a grateful one. These small actions signal to your mind and body that change is happening. Momentum builds quietly. Confidence grows with each repeated effort. Many people think aging means inevitable decline, but much of what we call aging is actually the result of inactivity and neglect. When you move your body regularly, it responds. When you feed it nourishing foods, it repairs. When you rest properly, it restores. When you challenge your mind, it sharpens. When you connect with others, your emotional health strengthens. Starting again allows you to interrupt patterns that have been weakening you and replace them with habits that support longevity. There is also a powerful emotional shift that happens when you choose to begin again. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of time, you become an active participant in your future. Instead of focusing on lost years, you focus on the years still available to you. That perspective alone can renew motivation. Purpose is not reserved for youth. Growth is not limited by age. The desire to improve is timeless. You may not control the years behind you, but you have influence over today. And today is where all change begins. Every healthy meal is a fresh start. Every walk is a recommitment. Every positive thought is a renewal. Your past does not disqualify you from a healthier future. It simply provides experience. It is never too late to strengthen your body, calm your mind, repair relationships, improve your habits, and protect your health. The moment you decide to take responsibility for your well-being, you step into possibility. And possibility does not expire with age. It waits patiently for you to choose it, to act on it, and to prove to yourself that a new beginning is always within reach. Light exercises gratitude in motion because it shifts the way you see movement. Instead of viewing physical activity as punishment for what you ate or as a painful reminder of aging, you begin to see it as a celebration of the fact that your body is still capable of moving at all. Every gentle stretch, every slow walk, every controlled breath becomes a quiet thank you to your heart, your lungs, your muscles, and your joints for carrying you through life. Many people associate exercise with intensity, sweat, and exhaustion. They imagine long hours at the gym or extreme workouts that feel overwhelming, especially for older adults. That mindset alone prevents them from starting. But light exercise is not about proving anything to anyone. It is about preserving what you have and improving it gradually. A simple daily walk can strengthen the heart, improve circulation, stabilize blood sugar, and boost mood. Stretching in the morning can reduce stiffness and improve flexibility. Light strength exercises using your own body weight can protect muscle mass and bone density, which naturally decline with age. When you move gently and consistently, your body responds with appreciation. Blood flows more freely. Oxygen reaches your brain more efficiently. Your balance improves. Your posture straightens. Even your digestion benefits from regular movement. These improvements may feel small at first, but over time they compound into greater independence and confidence. The ability to climb stairs without breathlessness, to stand up without assistance, to carry groceries comfortably. These are not small victories. They are signs of preserved freedom. Gratitude changes the emotional experience of exercise. Instead of thinking, I have to do this, you begin to think, I get to do this. That shift matters. When movement becomes an act of appreciation rather than obligation, consistency becomes easier. You are no longer fighting your body. You are cooperating with it. You listen to its limits without pushing recklessly. You rest when necessary, but you do not surrender to inactivity. For older adults especially, light exercise is a powerful tool against the natural effects of aging. Muscles weaken when unused. Joints stiffen when neglected. Balance declines without practice. But these processes are not irreversible. Even modest activity performed regularly can slow or even partially reverse decline. A few minutes of balance exercises can reduce the risk of falls. Gentle resistance training can maintain strength needed for daily tasks. Slow, mindful breathing during movement can calm the nervous system and lower stress. Exercise also supports mental health. Physical movement releases chemicals in the brain that enhance mood and reduce anxiety. A short walk outdoors can clear mental fog and create a sense of peace. Sunlight exposure supports vitamin D levels, which are essential for bone health and immune function. Social walks with friends or family strengthen both physical and emotional well-being. Light exercise does not demand perfection. It invites participation. It meets you where you are. Whether you begin with 5 minutes or 15, what matters most is consistency. The goal is not exhaustion but engagement. The aim is not intensity but longevity. When you treat movement as gratitude in action, you create a sustainable routine that honors your body's current ability while gently expanding it. Every step taken with awareness is a reminder that you are still here, still capable, still alive. Movement becomes more than physical activity. It becomes a daily affirmation that your life is worth maintaining, protecting, and strengthening through simple, faithful action. Food is fuel, not just comfort, and understanding this truth can completely transform your health, especially as you grow older. For many people, eating becomes emotional. We eat when we are stressed, bored, lonely, or celebrating. We reach for convenience when we are tired. Over time, food stops being nourishment and becomes distraction or reward. But the body does not interpret food emotionally. It responds biologically. Every bite you take sends signals to your cells, your heart, your brain, and your hormones. Those signals either support strength and healing or contribute to inflammation and decline. When you begin to see food as fuel, your perspective shifts from short-term satisfaction to long-term vitality. Instead of asking, "What do I feel like eating right now?" you begin to ask, "What will give me steady energy? What will support my heart? What will protect my mind?" This small mental shift leads to powerful changes. Whole foods like vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins provide vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants that your body needs to function efficiently. These nutrients reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, improve digestion, and support immune health. As we age, nutrition becomes even more important. Metabolism naturally slows down. Muscle mass decreases if not maintained. Bone density can weaken. Blood pressure and blood sugar become more sensitive to dietary choices. Highly processed foods rich in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats place extra strain on systems that may already be working harder than they used to. Heavy meals late at night can disrupt sleep. Excess sugar can spike glucose levels and increase fatigue. Too much sodium can elevate blood pressure. These effects may not be dramatic at first, but over time they accumulate. Choosing nourishing food does not require strict dieting or deprivation. It requires awareness and balance. Smaller portions can be more beneficial than oversized meals. Eating slowly allows your body to recognize fullness and improves digestion. Drinking enough water throughout the day supports circulation, kidney function, and energy levels. Including fiber-rich foods helps regulate cholesterol and blood sugar. Adding protein with each meal supports muscle maintenance, which is critical for mobility and independence in older age. Food also influences mental clarity and emotional stability. Stable blood sugar levels reduce mood swings and irritability. Omega-3 fatty acids found in certain nuts and seeds support brain health. Fresh, colorful vegetables contain antioxidants that protect brain cells from oxidative stress. When you nourish your body properly, your mind often feels clearer and calmer. Comfort eating often promises relief, but delivers temporary satisfaction followed by sluggishness or regret. Nourishing eating, on the other hand, may not always feel exciting in the moment, but it builds lasting energy and resilience. The goal is not to eliminate enjoyment. Food can still be pleasurable. Shared meals with family and cultural traditions bring joy and connection. The difference lies in moderation and intention. Occasional treats are part of balance, but daily habits determine long-term outcomes. When you treat food as fuel, you begin respecting your body's needs. You stop using meals as emotional escape and start using them as tools for strength. Each balanced plate becomes an investment in your future mobility, independence, and vitality. You are not simply eating for today's hunger. You are eating to protect your heart, preserve your muscles, sharpen your mind, and sustain your energy for years to come. Every thoughtful choice at the table becomes a quiet act of self-care that supports a longer, healthier, and more active life. Your mindset affects your lifespan more than most people realize. The thoughts you repeat daily are not harmless background noise. They influence your stress levels, your hormones, your immune system, your heart health, and even your motivation to take care of yourself. A negative mindset filled with constant worry, resentment, fear, and self-criticism keeps the body in a state of tension. Over time, that tension becomes physical. Muscles tighten, blood pressure rises, sleep becomes disturbed, digestion weakens, the immune system struggles. The body cannot fully repair itself when the mind is constantly signaling danger. Chronic stress is one of the most powerful aging accelerators. When you hold on to anger or replay painful memories repeatedly, your body reacts as if the threat is happening again in real time. Stress hormones remain elevated. Inflammation increases. Energy drains faster. Even your heart rhythm can be affected by emotional strain. While occasional stress is normal, living in a constant state of negativity slowly wears down your resilience. On the other hand, a positive mindset does not mean ignoring reality or pretending problems do not exist. It means choosing responses that protect your inner peace. Optimism, gratitude, forgiveness, and hope create measurable changes in the body. When you practice gratitude, stress hormones decrease. When you forgive, emotional tension releases. When you focus on solutions rather than complaints, your brain begins looking for opportunities instead of threats. These shifts improve not only emotional well-being but physical health as well. For older adults especially, mindset plays a crucial role in longevity. If you believe decline is inevitable and improvement is impossible, you are less likely to exercise, eat well, or stay socially engaged. That belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you believe growth is still possible, you are more likely to move your body, try new habits, and maintain connections. That belief fuels action, and action fuels vitality. Positive thinking also strengthens resilience during challenges. Aging naturally brings changes, and sometimes health issues arise despite our best efforts. A strong mindset allows you to adapt rather than surrender. Instead of saying, "I'm too old for this," you begin saying, "I will do what I can with what I have." That shift from limitation to possibility changes behavior. You become proactive instead of passive. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful mindset practices. Taking a few moments each day to acknowledge what is going well rewires your focus. Instead of constantly scanning for problems, your brain begins noticing blessings. This reduces anxiety and increases satisfaction with life. Even small acknowledgments, a peaceful morning, a supportive friend, the ability to walk independently, reinforce emotional stability. Forgiveness is equally transformative. Holding grudges keeps emotional wounds open. Releasing resentment does not excuse harmful behavior, but it frees you from carrying its weight. Emotional freedom reduces stress and improves overall well-being. Letting go creates space for calmness and clarity. Your internal dialogue matters deeply. If you constantly criticize yourself for past mistakes or physical changes, you weaken your confidence and motivation. If you speak to yourself with patience and encouragement, you strengthen your ability to improve. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act shapes your future health. A positive mindset supports better sleep, stronger immunity, healthier relationships, and greater consistency in healthy habits. It influences how you respond to setbacks and how quickly you recover emotionally. Over time, these benefits accumulate just like physical habits do. The mind and body are not separate systems. They are deeply connected. Protecting your thoughts is not just emotional self-care. It is an investment in your longevity, your strength, and the quality of the years you continue to live. Connection is medicine in ways that many people underestimate. Human beings are not designed to live in isolation. From the beginning of life, we rely on relationships for survival, learning, protection, and emotional stability. As we grow older, this need does not disappear. In fact, it often becomes even more important. Loneliness is not just a feeling, it has measurable effects on the body. Studies have shown that chronic isolation can increase stress hormones, weaken the immune system, elevate blood pressure, and even raise the risk of heart disease. The absence of meaningful connection quietly drains vitality. When you share laughter with someone, your body releases chemicals that reduce stress and promote relaxation. When you talk openly about your worries with a trusted friend or family member, emotional tension decreases. Feeling understood and valued strengthens psychological resilience. These benefits are not abstract ideas. They directly influence physical health. A connected person is often more motivated to care for themselves, to stay active, and to maintain healthy habits. For older adults, connection plays a crucial role in maintaining cognitive function. Regular conversations stimulate the brain. Sharing memories, discussing ideas, and learning from others keep mental pathways active. Social engagement challenges the mind in ways that solitary activities cannot fully replace. Even simple interactions, such as greeting neighbors or participating in community gatherings, provide mental stimulation and emotional warmth. Connection also creates accountability. When you walk with a friend, you are more likely to keep your commitment. When family members share meals together, healthier eating habits can develop naturally. When you join a group activity, whether it is light exercise, prayer, volunteering, or a hobby, you feel part of something larger than yourself. That sense of belonging gives purpose, and purpose fuels longevity. Many people withdraw socially as they age, especially after retirement, relocation, or the loss of loved ones. It may feel easier to stay home rather than initiate contact. Fear of rejection or feeling like a burden can prevent reaching out. However, rebuilding or strengthening connections often begins with small steps. A phone call to an old friend, a short visit with a neighbor, attending a local event, joining a community group. These simple actions can gradually restore a sense of belonging. Technology, when used wisely, can also support connection. Video calls, messages, and online communities allow families and friends to stay in touch across distances. While digital communication should not replace face-to-face interaction entirely, it can help bridge gaps and reduce feelings of isolation. Connection is not only about receiving support, it is also about giving it. Helping others, offering encouragement, sharing experience, and volunteering provide deep emotional fulfillment. When you contribute to someone else's well-being, you reinforce your own sense of value and purpose. This mutual exchange strengthens both individuals. Healthy relationships also require emotional openness and patience. Listening without judgment, expressing appreciation, and resolving conflicts calmly preserve the quality of connection. Forgiveness and understanding prevent small disagreements from becoming long-term divisions. The benefits of connection extend far beyond companionship. They influence heart health, mental clarity, emotional stability, and even lifespan. Being surrounded by people who uplift you reduces stress and promotes healthier behavior. Choosing to nurture relationships is not simply a social preference, It is an essential component of well-being. When you prioritize meaningful interaction, you protect not only your happiness, but also your physical strength and resilience, reinforcing the truth that no one thrives alone and that shared life is stronger life. Don't postpone joy, because the habit of waiting steals more life than failure ever could. So many people live as if happiness is scheduled for a future date. They tell themselves they will relax after retirement, travel after they save more money, smile more after problems disappear, focus on health after things calm down. But life rarely slows down on its own. There is always another responsibility, another bill, another challenge, another reason to delay enjoyment. While waiting for the right time, years quietly pass. Postponing joy often feels responsible. It feels disciplined. You convince yourself that sacrifice now guarantees happiness later. But balance is essential. A life lived only in preparation for the future can become empty in the present. Joy does not require perfect conditions. It does not demand wealth, flawless health, or complete freedom from stress. It grows in small, ordinary moments that are available right now. Joy can be found in a peaceful morning walk, feeling sunlight on your face and fresh air in your lungs. It can exist in a shared meal with family, even if the meal is simple. It can live in laughter during a casual conversation, in music that reminds you of meaningful memories, in quiet gratitude before sleep. These moments may seem small, but they are the substance of a fulfilling life. When you constantly delay them, you train yourself to overlook the beauty that is already present. For older adults especially, postponing joy can become a dangerous mindset. There is an unspoken belief that youth is the time for adventure and pleasure, and later years are only for responsibility or endurance. That belief is limiting and untrue. Joy has no age restriction. You can learn a new hobby at 70. You can make new friends at 65. You can rediscover passions that were set aside decades ago. Growth and enjoyment do not expire with time. Choosing joy also strengthens health. Positive emotions reduce stress hormones and support heart health. Laughter relaxes muscles and improves circulation. Engaging in activities you enjoy encourages movement and mental stimulation. When you wake up with something to look forward to, your motivation increases. Purpose and anticipation add energy to your days. Postponing joy often comes from fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of appearing foolish. You may hesitate to dance, to sing, to try something new, or to express affection because you worry about what others think. But the cost of that hesitation is heavy. Suppressed joy turns into regret. Missed opportunities become memories of what could have been. Living with intention means recognizing that today matters. Not just the distant future, not just the next milestone, but this ordinary day. It means allowing yourself to appreciate simple pleasures without guilt. It means celebrating progress, no matter how small. It means expressing love openly instead of assuming there will always be another chance. Joy is not irresponsible. It is restorative. It reminds you why protecting your health matters in the first place. It gives meaning to discipline and purpose to effort. When you stop postponing joy, you stop living on pause. You begin engaging fully with the time you have. The future is uncertain for everyone. Waiting for perfect conditions guarantees only delay. Choosing joy today ensures that your life is not defined by endless preparation but by lived experience, by moments embraced rather than postponed, by days that feel meaningful not because everything was ideal, but because you allowed yourself to appreciate what was already there. I died for 4 minutes. But in those 4 minutes, I learned how to truly live. And if my experience can give you even one spark of motivation, let it be this: don't wait for a crisis to value your health. Don't wait for a hospital bed to promise change. Start today, because the real miracle is not surviving death. The real miracle is choosing life fully, consciously, gratefully, every single day you are given.